So I promised to start making some videos for YouTube with sports and other stuff. So here goes the first one. The first one is not too surprising. ESPN trying to start stuff with Cleveland sports. Stephen A. Smith, one of the few. I don't want the finals to be here in Cleveland. I don't want the sports to be here in Cleveland. I don't want the finals to be in Cleveland. The Browns are a laughing stock. Whatever, else ESPN has to say about, us. Well, their latest story was that Kevin Love airs frustrations on court, says no issues with teammates. So apparently, Kevin Love showed his frustration several times on the court during Saturday night's 121-106 loss to the Thunder. But afterwards, he denied having any problems with his teammates. Might be the coach too. I don't think Beeline's doing that good of a job. I thought it was kind of weird that we hired a 67-year-old head coach. Even I know he's used to coaching, college age people, but college age young adults. But just I didn't think with like Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson that 9 years in and 12 years in the NBA, you're gonna like being with him. So Love has been the subject of trade speculation pretty much since he got to Cleveland, really. Uh, Became annoyed in the late second quarter, apparently, when Colin Sexton didn't throw him the ball as he was getting positioned in the lane. The vet ran forward, threw his arms in the air, and slowly walked towards Sexton at the top of the key. After receiving the ball, Love threw a low pass, and they're trying to act like he was angry at Cedi Osman, who bobbled the ball before shooting a three-pointer. "We were making a play call," said my man K Love said. "We were in a bonus and Chris Paul was on me, so I felt swing it to me and try to throw it in the post, see if they double team, and get a good shot out of it because somebody will be wide open." Well, he didn't say that, but I know basketball. I've been playing it, on even a little 1 foot tall hoop since I was crawling. So, and I even started playing on it today. Today, kids' basketball hoops kind of like LeBron had when I was 2. So, I do know the game of basketball. That's not what we did, and yeah, I was frustrated. But once again, my man Kevin Love came through. He put this post up on Instagram, said a lot of non-truths being shared, but I've learned that we live in a world where people remember accusations and not rebuttals. Let's let them paint whatever picture they want. Fact is, I love my teammates. Larry Nance, all love brother with a fist up. Michael Rappaport, a New York guy, actually said, "Don't explain Jack to anyone, K Love." Cedi said, "Sup, Kev, my man." Kevin Porter said, "Love you too, Kev." He said, "Shoot the ball, buddy." Cedi again commented, "All love, Kev." A lot of people are saying, screw the media, you do you. You're the most honest guy in sports, which he is. And it says, Darius Garland's the young guy on our team, the 19-year-old young adult out of college, 1 year out of college, and he only played like 5 games in college because he had a torn ACL. Love you too, my guy. John Henson, who we got in the Dellavedova trade, but I think a lot of people forget that because he had a separated shoulder or something like that. He was out for a long time. It says, "Love you, bro," with the hands up. Kind of interested in Sexton's response though, with the looks like a tear and a face emoji, but either way, I love this post because you can see he's got his arm around Sexton. Then he got his arm around Cedi since the media made it was specifically him and Sexton that he was mad about. Then even him hugging Cedi when they won those 4 out of the last 5 games. What I think though is that I think that the real reason that Kevin Love's upset isn't because of young players, because he even just said a couple weeks ago he was happy with the young players. I think in reality, he doesn't like John Beilein. And I mean, I don't know what they were doing either. They get a 67-year-old I guess because they're trying to build through the draft and they got a lot of 19 to 22-year-olds, Z generation people. They're like, oh, well, maybe he knows how to coach them because he coaches college, but that doesn't always work all the time. And I think that if they did go with the coach, they should have went with a younger minded coach, kind of like the Celtics did with their current head coach, who has done wonders for them. But no, it is what it is, I guess. My main thing though now is with when it comes to, but now back to more up to date news with the NFL. The monarchy of the Patriots might be over, and a lot of the favorites are losing on wild card weekend. Uh, the Tennessee Titans beat the mighty Tom Brady and the Patriots 20-13 with a pick six that actually won them the game. And apparently, Tom Brady is not looking like Tom Brady anymore, and I think it kind of showed this year with this. So this is kind of interesting with I didn't watch this game, but looking at it and reading about, Tom Brady throws a pass and ends up getting picked off and intercepted for the Titans to win a touchdown. People are saying he's not done, but he might be near, unless, the Patriots get Gronkowski back or something, but I don't think he's coming back, so they might be done. Drew Brees is pretty much his age at 40, and they just lost an open wild card weekend, so I think two of what, if you looked at historical careers, thought were probably two of the favorites to go to the Super Bowl, well, they lost to the Vikings too. So that's interesting. With basketball so far, though, not about Kevin Love, but just basketball in general, what I like to see so far is no big surprise. Milwaukee Bucks 32-5 in first. Boston's in second, 5 games back. Miami's in third. They're probably the biggest surprise of the season for anybody. I always heard most of the experts had them as like a 7th or 8th seed, but Jimmy Buckets is trying to show he can be a main guy on a contender too. Only 6 games back of in third place behind a team that's 32-5. Toronto in fourth without Kawhi, with Pascal Siakam hurt, Marc Gasol hurt, Serge Ibaka hurt, and they're still in fourth place and it's 7.5 out of first and only 2.5 out of second. Philadelphia in fifth. I think they've been the most disappointing team in the East. Indiana without Victor Oladipo, they're right there too at 6. Brooklyn's been disappointed, but I guess Kyrie has been hurt. They're 2 games under 500. Orlando is 4 games under 500. If you see Charlotte Hornets and the Bulls, even though they're 8 games and 10 games under 500, they're right there in the thick of it. The Hornets are 2 games out. The Bulls are 3 games out. Detroit's 3 games out. Wizards are 4.5 out. The Cavs are now like 5.5 out. Tied with the Knicks, but they're still 2.5 games ahead of the Hawks, who are the worst team in the league. I think. Yeah, they're the worst team in the league, record-wise. No big surprise. LeBron got his big man Anthony Davis, and they're 28-7, first place. Denver, though, always showing out. They're tied for second right now in a 3-way tie with Houston and the Clippers for second. And then Utah's only a game behind them. The Mavericks are 6 games back, but they're only 2 games out of second place. Oklahoma City's now catching up. They won started the season like 4-17, and now they're 4-11, and now they're 20-15. They're only 4 games out of number 2 seed too. Portland now currently holds the 8th spot, but they're virtually tied with San Antonio. Phoenix is a half game back of them. Memphis is only a game back from them. Minnesota's only a game back. Sacramento, they're probably the most disappointing team along with Portland in the West. With them being, well, what is this? 2 games out of last playoff spot. The Orleans Pelicans, well, without Zion, they weren't going to win anything anyway. But they're only 3 games out of the last playoff spot. And then the only two teams that are actually legitimately out of the playoff picture, and we're almost at the halfway point, are Golden State and Atlanta. And that's sporting news for today.